Well, it's November in the UP of Michigan, kind of my favorite time of year here. And I'm standing in one of my little wood lots that needs to be thinned, and I'm looking for some logs to cut here, or some trees to cut and turn into logs, I guess, because I know next year I'm going to need some 1/2-inch thick boards for the interior paneling inside my barn project. So as I'm in here, I'm looking at, and I'm not going to necessarily get what I would consider the best saw logs, but I'm going to get acceptable saw logs and hopefully thin this out so the trees that are left can reach their full potential. And I love cutting in November. I love it. The temperature is great. I mean, you're not sitting here sweating and dying of heat exhaustion. And then I find the trees I cut in November, when I stack them, I get virtually no blue stain or no mold. And usually you get into early spring, or not early spring, early summer, and most of the time they're dry enough for me to use. And with these, I'm just going to be cutting them into 1/2-inch thick boards. So these should dry pretty quick. And white pine dries really quick to begin with. So, all right, so I had one go horribly wrong here. It actually jumped the stump, went backwards, and it's hung up in a tree. So I'm going to try and slide it down the side of these trees in the opposite direction what I originally planned. You know, mistakes were made. Lessons were learned. You okay? Did you make her? I made her. Ooh. That little guy didn't make her though. Ah, yeah. All right, we'll limb this bad boy and move on to the next one. Well, my camera stand broke. So now you're just sitting on a little stick on top of a stump. But basically what I got going, it was hard to tell when I first pointed at this tree, but it's got quite a bit of back lean. So basically I got just a rope come along hook to it, and I'm going to yank her down, and I think the top will land right on top of you. I think it's going to be pretty close. So this could be kind of exciting for you. Oh, there's the ball. Swing and a miss. Swing and a miss. Yet again. I missed by, what, 5 feet? Totally missed this hole. You're going to get that every now and then. All right, I'll get this limbed and on to the next one. Oh man. But as long as you keep all 10 of these, it's a success. Now I will limb this one And you can see this trail. I decided not to wait until tomorrow morning to use the tractor. I'm using a four-wheeler to drag them out with a chain, and I'll show you a quick clip of that. All right, nothing fancy here. I just hooked the logging chain around the log here, and I take the chain, throw it around the trailer hitch, hook it on itself, and then I'm going to tug it out to where I can get better maneuverability, and I'm going to pick the log up, just set it on the real rack. I'll show you. Now, are there better ways to do this? I'm sure there are. But this is how I decided to do it. Pretty darn sketchy, eh? Well, now basically, I'm just going to climb on this bad boy, plant my big butt up against this thing, haul it over to the mill. All right, it's the end of the day, Sunday. I gotta head her home. So this is ended up, that's 3 trees. That's what 3 trees will get you. Most of it, again, it's 1/2 inch thick, because I'm gonna use it for like paneling or boards that are gonna go on the walls upstairs there. It's been a while since I had this barn in a video. There's a few things I built that I didn't put on video, like these doors, these barn doors. They're 14 feet wide. It was a learning experience. Main reason I didn't do it on video is I had no idea what I was doing or what I was gonna do. Like you see, there's a little hole over there. I started off with a hinge that was a threaded rod, had a post on it, but the darn thing kept turning. You know, whenever I'd put weight on it, it would pivot, the post would pivot down in the hole and through the beam. So without doing some fabricating and making a bunch of stuff, I couldn't get that hinge style to work for me. So instead of messing around, I just bought 10-inch hinges, or they're either 10-inch or 12-inch heavy-duty hinges from Menards. I obviously got to finish painting them up, but there's going to be trim that goes around this door. I didn't finish it, and if you notice, all these pocket holes are like these plugs. I got to get them finished up too. I was gonna put glue plugs in and then sand them down and then paint them black so you can't see them, but the weather turned cold and I run out of time. So basically, this door, if you're thinking of building one, the way I did this, it's first I started with one hinge and a 14-foot 2x6, and I screwed the hinge on, then I screwed the 2x6 to it, and then I screwed the hinge on that side. I leveled the 2x6, you know, and screwed it to the hinge. And I did that for all 3 boards. And then I built the framework in place. And then when I was done, I cut the 2x6s in half. So that's what gave me that gap, you know. So I built it in place. Why? You know, there might be easier ways to do it, but when you're working by yourself, you know, it's impossible sometimes to lift heavy stuff, right? So that's why I built it in place the way I did, with pocket holes and screws. The stuff on the back, it's 1/2 inch thick cedar, northern white cedar we milled up. And I just screwed it to the back of the frame. Nothing fancy. The smoked plastic on top we got from Menards. Main reason I use that is it's light. I mean the hardware. You see this eye hook. The eye hook is so you swing it open, you can hook it on the wall over there. And then a thing for holding it closed, that's kind of different. We got a little magnet up there, all right, and a little piece of metal on there. So, you know, depending on the strength of the magnet you use, it kind of holds the door shut pretty nice. I kind of like it. All right. And then you'll see I got 2x4s screwed on the edge for two reasons. It blocks the light going through on the edges, and then it stops the door from being able to be pushed in. Where that magnet's screwed on, I'm actually going to do a black 2x4 that goes across, but I just I run out of time. Being a weekend warrior, it's kind of a rough gig, you know. Time is short. Time is short. But yeah, that is the simplest 14-foot wide door I could come up with. On the bottom, you see that's a pretty big gap. Well, the reason I did that is we're going to be hauling gravel in next year and leveling it so I don't have to deal with all this mud. You know, I said I was going to do it this spring, but you know, I just didn't get that far. But basically there'll be gravel under there, and then I'm going to actually put a board on a hinge on each door that'll pivot down and come close to touching the gravel. And then with that way, I know that sounds weird, but just in case I get like some crazy snow or ice buildup out here, I could always flip that board up and give me some extra clearance for opening it in the winter. I don't know if that's a good idea or a bad idea, but that's the idea. And then I built another door, and ignore it because there's so much stuff left undone between trim and like I didn't even get the smoke plastic over there, or the fascia or the soffits on. Like I said, being a weekend warrior is a rough gig. Here's another door. This was as simple as a door as I could come up with. Wife calls it the invisible door. We got a little gate latch I bought off, they had it at Menards, and I think I bought it off Amazon because it was cheaper. All right, now this I basically built the same way. 2x6s screwed to the hinges, all right? That's what went up first, and then I built the door in place so I didn't have to lift anything heavy. And then I just screwed, this one has pine. What are they? This is 3/4 of an inch? No, maybe that's 1/2 inch. I don't know, I don't remember. But there's pine on there. And that's that door. I may have to do a trim piece under there, but like I said, I still got to do trim around these windows, metal, and then gutters. Hopefully next year I can keep up better on my videos. This guy gets so busy, but next year I'm gonna try moving up here and living in this thing and getting a job up here, and we're gonna sell our house, and so we can build our house on top of the hill up here. And only being able to come up here on the weekends just ain't working out. You know, I can't get near as much done as I need to get done. It'll take me till I'm 90 to finish all the projects I got. So next year there'll be some cool stuff because I'm gonna need a solar system that can power a fridge, you know, and a microwave and some ceiling fans and maybe AC. And so it'll be a pretty big solar system. Then we're gonna put in a wood stove, and then a direct vent propane wall heater, a shower. We're gonna do a water system off of the gutters, and then I got a old well on top of the hill, but we're gonna use that for the house. I'm not sure if, because with my water tanks, like say we didn't get rain, then I could pump from that well. I don't know, we'll see. We got a lot of stuff going on, so hopefully next year I should be able to have quite a few videos. And I also got to build another big shed, but it'll be a quick and easy shed, not double layer. The thing on this thing that's killing me is, you know, it's like what, 26 feet or something to the top of that thing, and that made it hard to build for me. You know, when you're kind of working by yourself, the height added, made it more complex. But that's enough rambling. I just wanted to give you a quick update. We're still alive and kicking. You know, just this time of year, there's so many activities to do. The lakes are turning over. The fishing is fantastic. If you've never gone fishing in the fall in the UP, man, you don't know what you're missing. The fish almost jump in your boat. And then hunting season starts here for deer in a couple days for gun. It's been going on for a month for archery. There's just so much to do up in this area. It's hard to get the stuff you got to get done. But that's enough babbling. I'll let you go. Thanks for watching.